Well, the bottom line is everybody told Governor Kemp he had to call a special session in order to get rid of Stacey Abrams' unlawful decree, that deal she made with Secretary of State Republican Brad Raffensperger, who sold Georgians out, sold voter integrity out. All he had to do was call a special session, air everybody's view, get rid of that, and David Perdue was senator, and we're not in this mess. But he wouldn't do it. Why?
Well, John, first of all, his hands were all on that consent decree. It was him and the Secretary of State and the Attorney General that signed off on it, that we're going to use Stacey law and implement that into our elections and not follow state law. It's simple, it's right there. And if he had called a special session, it would have showed his hands. For example, John, when he made a comment, well, I cannot call a special session to overturn the elections. Well, wait a minute. We're not asking you to call a special session to overturn the elections. We want a special session so we can see that backroom deal that was cut, that consent decree, which none of us in the legislature saw. It wasn't even brought before us to even ratify. And remember, we were in session, we took a break, and we went back. Why wasn't it brought to us then to look at that, review that, and be able to put, if we wanted to put anything to state law, it's our authority, it's our responsibility to do that, not the executive branch. But he couldn't do it because his hands was all over it, and it would have come out about the system too, the voting system. Well, his hands are all over that system too. So yeah, that's why he didn't call us back. He didn't call it back, and didn't call us back to fix it. And so, John, it's obvious. And he thinks that the love fest right now with the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, where they're just eating him up right now, just loving him to death, that's going to cause people to remember or not to remember how he cut and ran on election integrity, how he didn't stand up for Georgians, how he didn't fight. Oh, John, let me tell you, he is a dead man walking. You can go throughout this state. In almost every county, people are just, they're livid, and they're not going to, I tell you what they're going to do. They're going to cut and run on him like they cut and ran on them, like he cut and ran on them.